want to thank His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Kaguta Yoweri Museveni, for steering this country from where we were historically as women and from where we are as today as women in politics, and then our vision for tomorrow's women in politics. And I want to thank him that in his first 10-point program, he came with the program of uplifting the women. Uplifting the women both socially, economically, and politically. So that was one of the core programs, because the historical background of women was so bad that they could not participate into decision making. But as of now, because of the good leadership of the President, because of the good programs and policy that all focus on the political enhancement and inclusion of women in their own decision making. In a nutshell, meaning women were given an opportunity from 1986 to participate in decision making, to participate in the economic affairs, not only for the country but for themselves. And wherever you go, you'll find that at every level, from the village level up to the national level, the women have not been left behind. The structures are so inclusive that the women were allowed to participate in their own affairs. So I want to thank His Excellency the President. Now, when you say women in politics, what does it mean? It means that the women are actively participating in the affairs of this country or of their country, in the management of the political, of the social, economic, and even in the environmental perspective. Normally when we talk about the social and economic, we try to forget about the environment, which is very, very vital. And when we look to where we are, this proves that the saying that women are good managers at every sector, at every level. The program of NRM came in uplifting the women, especially in decision making. The moment you sit on a table and you are part of the group that decides for the country or for your own area or for society, it did not only stop there. It went a notch higher to say that they participate in the social economic transformation of women as individuals, of their homesteads, and of society. The moment you have a society that is well planned because of the decision making at that level, the economic improvement status within that society, there is definitely great change. And this means women have been part of the new change that we are enjoying today. Women have been part of the peaceful we have today. You know, insecurity starts from home. When there is domestic violence, for example, when there is no food security, when there are no social security, name it, the most affected people are the women. So the peace and stability that this country brought in under the leadership of Museveni has made it quite easy for us, the women in leadership, and for those who are going to join us in leadership at every level. You can imagine having at every level women involved. That is a very, very big and Now, when we come to local politics, and we resort it to my district, Sembabule district, I would want to say that at any level, it's not easy for women to penetrate through. Why? Because we are still living in a patriarchal structure, and their beliefs that no, politics is for only men. But as I have said earlier, the president, under the good vision and the policy we have and the constitution, made it that no, even women can manage politics at each and every level. And this is what is happening. So, to come to my personal perspective, I did not start from Sembabule. I started when Sembabule was still not even a sub-district, but it was one under Masaka that time. And as time went on, in the creative of other units, Sembabule became a sub-district, still under Masaka. So I started in around 1993-94 in the constitution making, which was a very, very great mark for us women to participate in the constitution that up to today gave us as women the benefit to be part of the political decision. And I'm proud of that I'm one person who was there and participated in the constitution making of this country. So that is where I wanted us to start from. Now, after coming out of the constitution making, that was 93, 94, 95, I participated by that chance that was given to us by the constitution. I participated in the women councils, which we still have now. And I started from the village, and that was competition between ourselves. And you know, in the constitution we had said affirmative action. So we started having women structures, youth structures, elderly structures, people with disability. So from the constitution making, where I was referred to as a CA delegate, which is equivalent to the Honorable Member of Parliament as of today. After we did our good job, which is a good job that was done, that ushered in all that we're enjoying today, I went back to the village, at the village level, and I participated in women councils up to the sub-county. That time I was in Matete sub-county, up to the district, which was Masaka district by then. I became the chairperson for the women of the whole Masaka, which now we can say Greater Masaka as of today. So I had to canvass for votes in all those districts that now form Greater Masaka region, which wasn't easy. I went up to the national level. Now the national level is now the entire district, country, where competition was very stiff. And I became the national publicity secretary. I was the one in charge of all publicity at the national level. And we have 5 women, which is still on, but yet we had to vote for them when their time expired. So I had to go through stages. That is why at times I say it's better you start from the lowest level, you climb going up. By the time when you reach at the national level, you have skills and practice that take you through. This is one thing I am saying today. that is again weakening us as women. Because most of the women, some of them want to start from the higher level, but they have not had an opportunity to start from the grassroots structures where you build your political career. So to answer what you have asked me, I have built my political career from the grassroots, from the lowest level, up to where I am as a member of parliament.
But we have seen women that attempted but that failed. What drove you to this success as you?
You know, first of all, if you want to be successful, at any level point, one, you must have a vision. The vision will lead you to what really you anticipate and what you want to be. Number two, you must be resilient, determined, determination, and you must be passionate to what you want to do. It's not only that you can be passionate in business, but even in political atmosphere, you must be passionate on what you feel you want to do within the politics. Those were the abilities that perseverance, determination, my vision, and I was focused to where I wanted to go. So I think that one has led me, and you must have consistency. Consistency, what do I mean? That if your vision is to represent women, and that is another area that we have been trying to see at these levels, even at parliamentary level, they say woman representative, but the constituency is not demarcated clearly, and that is what is bringing in a lot of conflicts. And for me, why I have reached here, I avoided local conflicts at that time, because I did not have a specific demarcated area that said this is your area of operation. Because the directly elected members of parliament, they have a constituency. So what is the constituency of the woman MP? A district. A district is composed of many constituencies. So either you have to plan to work with the directly elected members of constituencies without conflicting with them. But the moment you start conflicting with members of the direct constituencies, as a woman member of parliament, you'll find it hard. Remember, you have a very big, large area of operation. You are representing a district, for example, Sembabule has got 4 constituencies. That time we had 1. We have been dividing them. They have been divided now into 4 constituencies, meaning there are 4 directly elected members of parliament. So if you want to succeed, you must, with that determination, with that resilience, with that focus, how will I be successful to represent my people in an area that is so huge and it has other directly representatives of the people. So in the many years from the CA, I went to the local. I became a sub-county councillor. I mastered. My role is representation to the people. From the sub-county, I went to the district, local council. See, I came from the CA making as a delegate. I went to the women from the village up to parish, up to sub-county, up to the district, up to the national. So politically, it's not where they say there is a career professionally. But for me, I have politically mastered a political career because I remain consistent and focused.
Okay.
Two, when I reached that member of parliament, I started in 2001 as a woman member of parliament for Sembabule district. That time, we were only one constituency with Honorable Sam Kutesa. So I had to work together, to team together, so that my work becomes easy. I supplement, he also supplements on all the efforts we are doing, because our roles as members of parliament are the same. There is no special role for the women, there is no special role for the members of parliament. When we had demarcation of the one constituency, we created Maugora, which is Remiaka now, constituency. So we got another member now, which is occupied by Honorable Theodora Sechkubo. Now, the more a district is cut into too many units, the more confusion it becomes for the woman member of parliament. That time, I had teamed with Honorable Sam Kutesa. Now, we had to bring, I had me
Another constituency.
to bring in a second person in the name of Honorable Sechkubo. Now, when Honorable Sechkubo has conflicts with Honorable Kutesa, you are entangled into those. Then you start taking, which side should I go? Now, you are being diverted from your own program, mission, and objective. So you have to align with one person, and that is what happened. So I had to align with Honorable Sam Kutesa. I had started with. Then you have to have the chairman C5, then you have to have all these other ones. So in politics, you'll find intrigue. You'll find the problem of all of you being cohesive, believing in one thing, despite you are from the same party. So you must sit. We again had to split Maugora County, which now is called Maugora South, from the Maugora North of that time, which was being represented by Honorable Sam Kutesa. We are creating a third person. Now, meaning that you as a woman member of parliament, you have to calculate how do you deal, how do you coexist with the member of parliament of Remiaga? How do you coexist, how do you cooperate with the member of parliament of Maugora North? Now you have again to sit down and plan. How do I bring on board the member of parliament from Maugora County? So what did we do? We had three of us to be together. Three directly elected members of parliament. With one lady who was me. So how do you survive? You must cope and work as a team. Anything to divert from working as a team, as a member of women parliament, because I want to remain within women in politics. That diversion will definitely take you off. It will create many conflicts. Yes, in Sembabule we have had conflicts, but these are conflicts which are interpersonal conflicts. But all our people at that time were all NRM members of parliament. So it made it easy for me. There was no opposition, but there was different views, different personalities, different small, skirmish misunderstandings. But that is what politics is all about. Now, it came to Honorable Sam Kutesa and Honorable Theodora Sechkubo for their own conflicts, which I've said, small conflicts. Now, they had to swallow me. So I had to remain with Honorable Sam Kutesa, whom I had started with. When we moved, we got Maugora South, we were all NRM. So the Maugara South representative, who was Honorable Sekabito, again we met as a team. Now, the more the units start coming in, and when NUP, National Unity Platform, whatever, came on board, then it made things worse. They also had to come in, meaning that our enjoyment of all NRM support in Sembabule
was reducing
as a district. Some people had to come in. And at that time they were just, they were not active. When they came in, that is where problems again came from. Now, another constituency had to be created, which is Mawogara West, the constituency I represent. So that is why I say, in politics you must be calculative. You must think. And you must be determined. Because I'm giving you where we started as Sembabule district. And the reference is, at that time, I have been there as a woman member of parliament. So I had to be calculative. How do I survive in this politics? Between the Honorable Sekubwo era, Honorable Kutesa, differences, then with Honorable Sekabito. That's how you can survive. Because you cannot go it alone. You must, even if it is teamwork first, as a woman you must calculate how do I fit myself into this political equation of my district. So when it came in, remember, from 2001, a new constituency is created, which became Mawogara West constituency, and the constitution which I participated in
allowed
affirmative action to allow another person to come on board. So my instinct said, you have been on the women's seat, and then we have been discussing it. There is no demarcation. The woman's constituency is still vague, and her role, other than the specific 3 roles, representation, affirmative, oversight, appropriation of funds or budget. But you have to go again, she is not a woman representative.
She represents everybody.
She represents everybody.
Everybody.
Every person votes for her. Whereas the directly elected MPs who are men. But the Constitution again allows that as women, that affirmative allowance, you can cross over and you participate in the directly
elected seats
election position as a constituent member of parliament. But again, the women are still on affirmative. They must compete among themselves. So with that focus and vision and determination, I had to say no. It is high time I moved
to the elected seat,
to the directly elected position, and I leave the woman position for other women. And to me, leave alone what is happening or what, I felt so good, and I'm so good that you were part of those who made the Constitution. I think in Parliament now we are remaining 2, me and Right Honorable Kadaga Rebecca. She was in NRC, I was in the CA. Then Honorable Ruth Nankabirwa, she was in CA with us, but now she's not in, she's an ex-official.
And Fox Odoi, is it? Some man around, I think, from
No, the men, we still have Moses Ali and some other things from Karamoja, but I'm talking about the women.
Okay.
So now when you see about the women, you have seen how we are slowly, those who started within the Constituent Assembly, in the making of the Constitution, they are dropping out. That is an area that as women we should focus on so much. Why do we reach where we have reached, and we have affirmative action, and we are dropping out? And that takes in again the new trend. When you see the turnover for every after 5 years, you see the dropping out of the sitting members of parliament is high and is continuing going high. So your question is asking, how have I succeeded?
Yes, how you maneuver?
How have I made it? And even members of parliament ask me, saying, how have you made it to reach here where you are? But I have told you, there must be political calculation. There must be consistency. And there must be that you know that you're representative of the people. That is what I would sum up with. The people are the one who elect you and send you to parliament. Therefore, you don't forget that you're representative of those people who sent you. What is required of you? Yes, go and do your roles per the constitution, per the requirement, but don't forget the people who sent you there. And that's what I've mastered. And that's what has kept me going.
So Honorable...
what has kept me going?
Consistency.
Consistency. Knowing that whatever I am doing in that National Assembly, Parliament, I must not forget the people who made me to go there. Meaning, I must bond with the people. When you're a member of Parliament, and they have given you their mandate for 5 years, and after 5 years, you go back, and they start asking you, where are you? Where have you been? Don't waste your money. That is a question that the moment you see them, you reach a terrare, you want to talk, they say, no, madam, where have you been? Where are you? Not that they are not hearing you in the National Assembly, but they are not feeling you in the constituents. You are not bonding with them, but they are the ones whom you are representing, and they are the ones who sent you there. So what do they do to get you out? So I mastered that I must remain bonding with the people. And what does bonding mean? You must ensure that there is service to them. You cannot have service delivered by yourself, but you must ensure that whatever government service takes to these people whom you are representing, monitor. Because monitoring is one of our responsibilities. It's our mandate. If there is a road and you must road it, there area where the government will not mind about your people if you are not active and you focus on robbing for your area you are representing. And this is what I mastered. That I should be with the people, I should lobby for services for the people I represent, and I should monitor government programs closely. And that's what His Excellency the President tells us. Members of Parliament, you know, we have come burial, funeral burials, we pay school fees, weddings, but he says concentrate on the programs that are in your constituencies. And this is what I mastered. There is no program in my constituency that I'm not involved in monitoring. There are programs that I personally have lobbied for from government, because our people, they need service. Yes, politics has become commercialized, but you have seen many people who use a lot of money in campaigns, and they are not returned. Meaning that there is an element that is missing. One, where have you been? Two, we don't have services. Three, why are you coming back? So that is why, in a nutshell, I have remained, and I want to say I am again an aspiring candidate for my second term in Mawogora West constituency. And by God's grace, I cannot tell you that I returned to Parliament in the 12th Parliament because I have remained consistent with the people. I have bonded with the people.
So in terms of services?
And I have remained loyal committed to my party, NRM party, to my president. When you come to a district like Sembabule, where people cherish their party, you have remained consistent. For them, that's what they are looking for. We are sending you to work with our chairperson of the party, NRM, who is our Excellency the President. They have not heard me diverting from any principles, any ideology of my party, NRM. I have supported my president. I have supported my party day and night. So that one also gives me another notch. So, she's ours. She's a member of parliament on NRM party. She likes her party. She loves her president, and she's hardworking. And those are facts on ground.
Honorable, what have been your direct contributions to this area in terms of service delivery? What have you delivered in this time, in this period you've served as MP?
Within, I can say, 4 years, because the fifth year is when the campaign starts, primary start. Now we are in general elections. And I want to thank His Excellency the President, because appointing me as State Minister, general duties for the Ministry of Health. You know, even when the President is appointing us, I think he goes through to know what each of us is passionate about. And from what I have told you, where I have come in as representative of the women, and knowing that our health sector is very vital, the social sector, health education, name it, is very vital. So when I was appointed, the mandate is very clear. One, at the ministry level, you give direction to the technical people. Because for us, we are not technical people, but you give them on the policy, because we are policy makers. Therefore, you guide them on the policy formulation, and for them, they are the implementers. So I found a good team of technical people, which is headed by our PS, who is a career technical person, Dr. Dana Twine, and all the directors and every staff, very warmly, very welcoming. That also makes your work easy. When you are posted in a ministry where you find you are welcome, things become easy for you. Then I found my senior minister, Dr. Jenna Cheng, who is also a technical person, but now is in the policy as a representative of the people of Odira. And my colleague, Honorable Margaret Muhanga. No, Muhanga came from a background of journalism, development, name it. So it would be good policy making. My senior is from a background of technical medical professionally. And I'm from a background of the community service, delivery, development, and management. So my position was well trained that I was in the right place. So being a minister of general duties means I just do overlook and work and implement. By the time the government came in 1986, our health sector was bad. Our health infrastructure was bad. The diseases, immunization, name it. But for the time we have been there, and those who have been there before us, from 1986 up to date, there is great improvement within the health sector. My mandate has cuts across, but most of it is to see the health sector infrastructure development, together with my other team. So in Sembabule, so far, we have got 11 new health centers. Because of the good policy that the government has, strongly supported by the president, to bring service, health service nearer to the people. So we moved to the sub-county. The policy says we must have health center 3 at the sub-county. So I am proud that of all the health centers, especially even in my constituency, at every sub-county there is a health center. 3 are being constructed. So is in all other constituencies. There is where they have not been put. But still, when you go to the percentage, as the president has been going around explaining, we have tried as a ministry to implement that policy. Of course, we have issues of insufficient funds, but we are moving on. Health center 4s. Those are the health center 4s which are created at every constituency level. Why? We want to decongest where there are hospitals so that the people don't walk far to receive the health service. If you come from community, you go to the health center 3, where there must be a doctor or 2 at least, and fully fledged. From there, they refer you to health center 4. Now, when you go to health center 4, whatever services you would go to the district, you will find it there at the constituency level. Yes, there's still more to be done, but at least so far so good. By the time you reach at a district, that means you have gone through your sub-county, health 3, health center 4 to the district. Then we have regional health centers, referral health centers. So the structure, system that is in place, I'm happy that I'm part of it. The health system in Sembabule district has so much improved and yet to improve. We have the issues that is nagging us as a ministry, and even the president has been talking about it, theft of drugs. But again, as a ministry working together with the national medical stores, we have improvised a system network of delivery of drugs at the health center 4s, where they are monitored from dispatch up to the receiving. Now the issue is from the health center 4s to reach to the health center 3s. That's why you find big problems, because they are now, the system is not yet monitoring. But we are going to work on it also. Then the theft of drugs, of course there are no thieves that are coming from somewhere. It's an internal. So we are still talking to our people, we are educating our people. Even in some places, you find the patient ratio to the drugs that are available does not match. The patient level is high. Now, when they know that drugs have come, they all go there. Then they get that drug. Whatever drug was supposed to be planned for 3 months, it is consumed within the first month. Then they have to go into that. So all these are challenges that we are trying to address. But at least on behalf of the ministry, you see how we managed to control the COVID-19, Ebola, and other countries come here to benchmark because we are putting our time. As a ministry and as a government, we are still working towards implementation of our policy, depending on financial availability, but we continue to work. And as a ministry, we are also moving from where we are emphasizing on treatment. We are going back to prevention, meaning that now we are so much in the community, carrying out awareness, health advocacy on all programs, immunization. We have done quite well. We are still moving in. So I think we are following the right track. Where you said he had to withdraw, but I'm very happy to say that they considered some programs, HIV, and reinstated it. Though still, when COVID came in, the was affected. Even in USA, where the Department of USAID is based and comes from, so they had it cut. Like in Uganda, how we cut down on our expenditure. So it was not something that they did in bad faith, but they were trying to reorganize themselves. Then they had to look into the sectors. So the sectors they thought that are very crucial, they are again reinstated, and they are supporting us. And even there are other programs which they are still funding, and they are promised more funds. And our budget as a ministry was dependable, as you have said, on donor funding. But now we are also moving in to ensure that we can sustain with the supplement of the donor funding. How can the government now? So when we go through the budget has increased its funding and other social sector like education. So with whatever to good use, meaning we must really focus on value for money. And that is where we are going as a ministry. Whatever mere resources we have, it must be accounted for. Whatever we are doing as a ministry, there must be service delivery to our people for their well-being. The well-being of our people is nothing to negotiate about. It's their human right that they must live in a condition that is humanly acceptable. And we are increased in putting in place health centers of excellence. Our heart center, our cancer institution, and our diagnostic lab, we are all improving them. And we are improving on service delivery. You may have drugs, you may have infrastructure, but when the delivery are at a level that is acceptable. And most of our facilities, we are improving on all our health centers, upgrading them to a standard level of service delivery.
Honourable Minister, finally, now that you've participated in politics for some time, can you shed for us a picture of where Uganda could be heading in terms of leadership? Do we anticipate seeing any female president or women holding more higher positions in this country?
I wouldn't guess, but I can tell you where we are as women in leadership. We need to be at a 40%. I think we are at a 37, 38%. That is a very good percentage for women in leadership. And this is not just waking up. This is strategic of the leadership of His Excellency the President. When you look at the Vice President, he is a woman. It's not in what leadership, whether you are running for the presidency. But if there is the President, His Excellency President Museveni, and the Vice is a woman, we are there on the table. When you go to the Prime Minister, the leader of government business, we are now not focusing on quantity of women in positions, but now we are focusing what positions are we holding as women. How are we using those positions as women in leadership? That's where the focus should be. Not 100 women in cabinet or in parliament, but what is their contribution in whatever position women are holding. The Prime Minister is a woman, leader of government business. The Minister of education, the Honorable First Lady is a woman. Social sector, the Ministry of Health,
All they are women.
all are women. You know, the vocal ministries, sectors that really touch the heart of our people. So you find in the energy sector, the minister is a woman. We have 2 women. So you'll find wherever we are. Now, what we should be focusing is wherever the women are, how best have they performed. And me, I can assure you, we are doing a good job. I wouldn't say we are not doing a good job. Women are hardworking. Our counterparts are also doing, but now this program is specific about women. We wouldn't say we are satisfied. We are looking forward in the next cabinet to increase on the numbers. But so far, so good. And I want to thank the President. Whatever positions he has placed women, they have not disappointed. In finance, we have a woman for
Privatization.
investment. So everywhere we are there. What we need to do is to ensure that we perform to the best and to the expectation, not only of our appointing authority, but expectations of the people. Holding an office is not enough. You use the office you're holding to the people's expectation. Are the people getting the service or what they expect from you? So I want to call upon all women who are joining the politics. It's not that we join the politics as a game. Not me. I have said focused, determined, and my resilience that I must contribute to the building of this country. That I must leave a legacy that during my time in politics, this is so far. And you say, I'm happy. I always tell people, why would you need somebody to come and start making an analysis whether you have performed well, whether you are not doing well? Do it yourself. Just say, the work I have been given, I have accomplished it. Then you could say, you beat your chest. Why would you want me to come and I say, you have done your best? It's you first to feel that, be passionate that what I have done is to the expectation I'm in, the company I'm in, the government I'm in, the sector I'm in. You feel you're happy. You feel your own performance. And you can even tell that you are not performing to the expectation of the people. So that is what I always try to do. That whatever assignment I'm given, I do it to ensure that I am satisfied. I'm passionate about what I'm doing. And I'm sure that I have not let down the thing. Yes, she's performing. Why would you want to have a scorecard which is putting you in the last performance? You must strive to ensure that the scorecard is having you, especially when it comes to your sector, that at least your sector. So I'm happy that the sector that I am in with my other colleagues, we have tried our level best, but there is still room to improve. And hopefully the appointing authority will again look and say, I think I need these ladies back. And that would be again our focus. I know you were talking among yourselves and I adopt. When is Anifa retiring? In politics, there is no business of saying I'm retiring. In politics, what is there is that you must serve the people. If I feel that I'm doing the right job, I am representing my people well, and what the people I expect from me to the expectation, they are the ones to retire me. Why would you walk in and say I'm retiring? the people will come and say, we are retiring you, and we think it is high time to bring another one. So the turnover that makes us as members of parliament to be high, those who don't make it back, is because they are not bonding with the people they represent. They are not monitoring the services the government take to them. They are not compassionate about what took them to parliament. You don't reach parliament and you say, I have reached. No, they are the people you left behind. The grassroots people makers. And the expectation is service delivery. As long as they get it, they even understand. Today government has no money. We have an issue of electricity here in my constituency to see how the government can come in. Because all the issues, they focus on financial constraints. But with our oil coming on board, with the good planning of the government, I'm sure, and the people are happy. And I know in this election, our candidate, the President, His Excellency President Museveni, will not be lower than 85%. Other areas will give. Even in Sembabule, we are working so hard. Yes, NUP is scattered everywhere, but still we need to explain to the people that what has not been done will be achieved in the near future. I want to say that as the national resistance movement, steered by our able president, who has a very big vision for our country, we have a manifesto, a bridged manifesto 2026-2031, protecting the gains as we make qualitative leap into high middle income status, transformation of our society. That is why you have the Paris Moment motto, with its intention to say we come from the poor households to an income status that every family has an income, and protecting the gains of what we have as we again add on more is something that as a government and as our leadership we shall be focusing on for the next 5 years. Thank you.